Brick by Brick podcast with Ronald Pauleus. I am creating this podcast. I want to talk about the moment you realize something is possible. What if the biggest thing holding you back right now isn't a lack of talent, it isn't a lack of money, it isn't a lack of opportunity or connections? What if the biggest thing holding you back right now is that you haven't discovered yet if it's even possible? I read this quote from Fritz Perls, who said, "Learning is a discovery that something is possible." Think about that. Most people think learning is information, memorization, theory, rote memory, books, podcasts, but real learning, ironically, you're on a podcast. Real learning happens when your mind expands enough to realize, wait, I can do this. This is available to me too. I'm not disqualified. I don't have to stay here forever. And once you discover something is possible, you can never unknow it. And that's why I enjoy and love getting in different rooms. I have probably several episodes just about getting in the right room. That's why networking matters. That's why getting in the room matters. That's why mentors matter. That's why your environment matters. Because sometimes your breakthrough isn't money. Sometimes your breakthrough is simply seeing someone else do the thing that you thought was impossible. I'm reading a book about how to scale and how to, I've actually finished the book. I forgot the name. So much going on. But he talked about how you need to get in the right rooms, in different rooms, where people's floor is your ceiling. What do you mean by that? I want to make $10,000 a month. That'd be so awesome. That's the ceiling. That's what I'm shooting for. And that person's floor is $10,000 a month, and their ceiling is 50. Wow. Okay. They at least make $10,000 every month. They're trying to get to 50, and you're like, I'm just trying to get to 10. I want to talk today about possibility, mindset, and I just want to talk about how just exposure to different things and different environments really do make a difference. Because your life changes the moment your mind expands. What do you mean by that? Let's look at the first thing I want to talk about. Possibility changes everything. Most people don't fail because they're incapable. They fail because they cannot envision another life. They don't know that's possible. They don't know that can be them. They don't know they can bring that amount in every single month. They don't know they can run that fast of a mile. They can't envision it. You grow up, probably like in an environment like me. Nobody owned the business. Well, no, not take that back. My mom owned the business, but it failed a couple of times. Maybe it didn't fail. She didn't make enough money for it to keep going. And the reason she didn't make enough money is because she was spending her money. My mom is an entrepreneur at heart. She sold the deep, blue, dangerous sea to make it here to America, to make it here for opportunity. Go to mommy. Close the door. Nobody invests in my family. Nobody travels. My siblings are traveling now, but growing up, it wasn't a thing. Nobody dreams big. And by dream big, I mean not just, I'm going to work overtime to make $20 more an hour. I mean dream big like, man, I want to own 30 rentals by the time I turn 30 years old. That's me dreaming big. Nobody had talks about ownership. Nobody had talks about building wealth. Nobody had talks about location, time, and financial freedom. And so what happens when you grow up in an environment like that, what happened to me was I just said, like, this is just life. Like, yeah, I kind of saw other people had different things, but to me, I just kind of concluded this is life. And then one day, what ended up making the difference, what probably is making a difference for you, is a podcast you hear. You meet another entrepreneur. You attend a conference. You join Sub 2, like I did. You hear Pace Morby speak, like I did. You meet someone making 6 figures doing real estate. You see a happy marriage. You see someone who's disciplined. You encounter someone who is actually super, super free. What happens? You see possibility. And that's why I can't stress this enough. You gotta get in different rooms, because then you see what's possible. When you're not in those rooms, you can't see it. And so you think, oh, the things in this room are like, that's kind of, okay, yeah, this is life. You got to push forward. The other thing I want to talk about is the power of getting in the right room. I have several podcasts just about this, but I can't emphasize it enough. Cody Sanchez said, get in a room where somebody's Tuesday looks like your dream life. Somebody's Tuesday looks like your dream life. That quote's dangerous. You know why it's dangerous? Because it draws you towards more. It draws you towards possibility. It draws you to get around disciplined people, get around builders and entrepreneurs and visionaries and healthy marriages and bold leaders, or whatever that thing is that you can't imagine is even better. It challenges you to get around that, so that now you're waking up and it's like, oh, this is early. Getting up at 5 a.m. This is normal. Oh, reading books is great. Oh, yeah. The people I'm around do this. Taking risks. Oh, yeah. I mean, I'd be weird if I wasn't taking risks right now. You stop seeing success as a fantasy and you start seeing it as a possibility. Not, man, I wish someday I'd be able to take a month vacation as opposed to a week. No. Now you get to, oh yeah, we're just gonna go on a vacation and I'll do work for 2 hours a day overseas or in another state, and my business keeps going without me, and I'm on vacation and I'm still getting paid. I don't have to get paid time off. To get to a place where PTO doesn't matter to you. Wow. Before, it's like, oh, I don't have enough PTO. I don't have enough PTO. I don't have enough sick days. I can't do this. Nope. Somebody's dream life is your Tuesday. Is their Tuesday. So your dream life is somebody's Tuesday. Networking helps you see that. And then I would just want to highlight entrepreneurship is learned possibility, guys. Learn possibility. What does that mean? So getting in other rooms, seeing other people do things helps you realize, okay, I can negotiate. When I first got into real estate, I was nervous. I was scared. I was like, how am I going to learn how to negotiate? Oh, I don't know what to say. I don't know how to say it. I don't know when to say it. Okay, this person wants to sell their house. What do I do? What do I say? And now I'm in this space and it's, oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Let's do this. Yeah, let's do it. Let's negotiate. Now, I'm not entering into conversations saying, let's negotiate. But the fact is, I have gotten so much further along the road than when I first started. I was just like, okay. And somebody says they're going to want to sell their house. I don't know what to say. Guys, entrepreneurship is learned possibility. Every single day as an entrepreneur, you are learning that there is more to come. The best is yet to come. The more you build and develop your skills, the more you work on your life and your discipline, the more you network and build connections, you start to realize, whoa, I was dreaming too small. Let me see if I communicate what I mean. 2024, I made this big goal. I want to get 30 rentals before I turn 30, 6 years to accomplish such a task. Well, I didn't really know how I was going to get there. I didn't have any money. Okay, I didn't have any money. Then I got into what's called wholesaling. Then I joined Sub 2, and that's when the puzzle piece unlocked for me. I realized I can get the 30 rentals using the skills and implementing the knowledge I've gathered in the Sub 2 community. Okay. So I said, okay, yeah, awesome. So now I can start buying rentals. So I started aggressively buying rentals. I have 5 now. I am buying 2 more this next week, and then 1 the week after, and then 1 the end of the week, or the 1 the end of the month. So in the month of June, I am on track to buy 4 rentals, which would be 9. And then I have 1 that's kind of in limbo, and then some others. If all of those close, I'll be buying about probably 8 or 9 in June and July, which is huge, which is big. No money out of my pocket, using private money lenders. If you want to know what a private money lender is or how to work with me on being one, reach out to me on Instagram. I have some training that I sent out to people that kind of discourage them on being a PAML, and once they're discouraged, they still go forward knowing what they know from the training I give them. But I've since joined Owners Club. It's the hat that I'm wearing now. It's a higher level mastermind with Pace Morby, getting into a higher level room. And guys, I'm 2 years in. No. I made that dream and vision when I was 26, not 24. I think I said 24. No, maybe I did. I don't know. I think 26 is when I solidified it, I guess. So 4 years. 2 years in, I'm 28. So I got 2 years left. I got to buy 25 more rentals in the next, not even 24 months. In the next, what is that? So I turned 29 this year, and then I got to buy 25 more rentals in the next 14 to 15 months. Now, when I have a month like this month where I'm buying 4, do that 5 times, I'm okay. But I have construction crews, so my bottleneck is all of that, right? And so I've joined Owners Club. I've gotten in the right room. I'm seeing the possibility. I'm looking at the possibility of other people. They're like, dude, you could buy an RV park. It's like, what? What do you? Yeah, you could buy dirt, put some electric capabilities and sewer capabilities and water capabilities, and put a little amenity here and an amenity there. Put it in a location by a oil field or a national park or something nice. Make it affordable. You can have dirt, electric, and sewer and water, and you'll have 50 parks or 50 pads. I'm like, okay, I don't have to deal with a single toilet. The 2 T's. I don't have to deal with toilets or tenants. Because I could get a manager to live on site on the RV park. They live there for free. Give them a little stipend so they have a salary that encompasses free living expenses, free housing, and then they get some cash, and it's a win-win situation. They manage the park, and I'm hands-free, never dealing with the toilet, never dealing with tenants. I'm saying to myself, okay, if I could just do that in the next 15 months and bump up to 100 pads, and that brings me $10,000 a month of passive income, when one rental is bringing me right now one is bringing me like $100, another one's bringing me 1,000. I'm trying to get into co-living that will increase my net cash flow. But guys, you can see I can do the work and get something much larger. The same amount of negotiating and expending energy and emotional and mental energy, and get something with a higher return and less headache. I would have never been here if it wasn't me getting into the room of Owners Club and people saying, "Oh yeah, I just bought 3 this year." So you bought 3 of them, guys, guys. Learning is a discovery that something is possible, and I just want to say this: your environment is programming your possibility. If people around you are saying it's not possible, then guess what? You will most likely believe it's not. If others around you are complaining and quitting, they fear risk, they avoid growth, they waste time, you unconsciously inherit those standards. But when you get in bigger rooms, when you enter into different places, your imagination changes. It's amazing. It's amazing. I'll spend I'll write a 6-figure check for the next mastermind because I know I will get 10 times more value. I'll make that back financially. I'll make that back in relationships and connections that I end up cultivating and building. I'll make that up back in opportunities I get. I'll make that back in private money lenders who are like, yeah, I wanna lend on your deals for you. Yeah. Your environment is programming your possibility. And the fact is, you got to get an environment that makes sense, that allows you to see what can be different. So I want to end with this: the danger of never trying. The saddest thing in life is not failure, it's dying without discovering what was possible for you. Now, part of my framework and understanding is a Christian perspective that understands at the end of the day, we got to give our lives to Christ. He makes all the difference. He is worth it. Whether you make $1 or trillions of them, if you don't have Jesus, it means nothing. It means nothing. With that foundation, we can build off of that. And what I'm communicating here is that God has created you to be a cultivator, to be a creator, to imagine things and be able to work them out. He put Adam and Eve in a garden and he said, name the animals, take care of the garden, cultivate the earth. And they were able to do that. And that's what God wants us to do also. Now, I just got to emphasize the important part is being in Christ. That's what matters. That's the life worth living brick by brick. And everything else you build on top of that, awesome, great. But you need to at least have that foundation. And I want to say you have the possibility to go much further than you realize. To build something much grander than you can even imagine. And to be able to cultivate much more than you think you can even manage. Get in different rooms. I focus a lot about learning, but I just wanted you to see I was talking about learning that you ended up taking action on. I already got people sending me RV parks. I'm like, hey, I'm a buyer. Have I bought one yet? No, but I'm looking to buy one. I bought single family. I'm trying to get to the next level because now I could just have 10 rentals and have one RV park and boom, my ceiling is reached $10,000 a month. And then somebody else, that's their floor. It's crazy. My mind is blown. My mind is blown as a first generation American. My mind is blown. But it's because I've been able to get in different rooms. If this episode challenged you, encouraged you, expanded your thinking, I want you to share it. Share it with a friend. Share it with somebody else. You're like, hey, you need to get in a different environment also. Follow me on Instagram, Ronald Pauleus. I'm answering questions, DMs, and all of that. But watch my journey so that you can see the possibilities, and then start building something yourself brick by